Trailblazer allows you to customize the list display through use of the Format button. We've added a couple of new columns in there, actually about a dozen or so columns in there, that allow you to do a little more customizing or filtering of the results that you may want to pull in. They are related specifically to the contribution table, and you can filter the column information or the column data by event, committee, election cycle, date range, or any combination of those items. Let's take a look at how that's done. I'm going to click on my people and orgs. I'm currently in the nonprofit version of Trailblazer, but this functionality works exactly the same in the political version. I've got some columns that I want to remove because I want to make a contribution type report, and I want to get rid of some of my columns. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to query for my people who are contributors, and in my database I've got 1,460 of those, and one of the things you'll notice is that there are no columns right now for contributions. So I'm going to get rid of the email, the default display, the employer, and I'm going to get rid of the phone numbers because I'm really not interested in any of that information. What I am more interested in is some contributions. Now let's go add some custom columns. I'm going to go to my format. I'm going to scroll down to contribution, and the new columns that have been added are these 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll just leave 5 and 6 off for now, but you could add those in as well if you had data to put on those. I'll click OK, and what you're going to notice is that it brought back a total of $7 million on each and every column. Well, currently these are unfiltered, and so it's bringing back the exact same information on all of them. Well, I'm going to change that up by going back into that format. This time I'm going to go to the Format tab. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of the list, and you'll see this word filter on these columns. Well, so what I'm going to do is on the first one I'm going to say I'm interested in contributions being totaled up by individual for the years 1990, so I'm going to put 1/1 of 1990 through 12/31 of 2006. And that's going to be my first filter. I'll get to these other in a moment. And I'm going to change the column label here to pre-2007. This next one, I will filter this for the years 2007 through 11. You can certainly see that from the date functionality here, I could do this for a single day, a single week, a single quarter, whatever I like. And I'll change this to 2007 through 2011. Now this next one, I want to get the amount for a particular event, so I'm going to change this one to my event called Come Hug a Bear. And this one, all I'm saying is I don't care what year it occurred in. I want to see all the dollars associated for people who contributed to the Come Hug a Bear event. But I also, and actually I'll change the name, Come Hug a Bear. But I may want to see it just for a particular year in the Come Hug a Bear as well. So I'm going to change column number 4 to that. And I'm going to say for just the year 2009 for the event Come Hug a Bear. Let's go add that in. And I'll click OK. Now when you click OK, it does not actually change the results until you do another search, for which I'll do that to refresh the screen and bring down all new data. I will collapse the menu. So now we can see all the columns. And this one I need to change the title back on that one again, so I'll go back to Format. And this one's Come Hug a Bear 2009. I'll click the OK, and you can now see here's my dollars that have been raised in each of these years, 2007 to 2011, and then the Come Hug a Bear event. If I want to sort on any of those columns, I click on the column heading and I can see how the dollars were raised by individual. At this point, if I want to print this report, I click Print and send this information off to my screen. Now I've currently sorted this in descending order on Come Hug a Bear, so that's how it's currently listed on this report. If I go to my last page, I will also see my totals, 588, 6 million, and so on. I'll close this. Of course, once you've got a format that you like, you're going to want to save that, which I will do. If I was doing this for a political version of our software, I've got one loaded right now, and I go to my format, and I change these columns, I've already placed 3 columns out there. I'll go down to my filter for the first one, and maybe I'm interested in those dollars that were given to Friends of Don Mills, and maybe I don't care about the date range or the election cycle, but I could choose election cycles if I wanted to be specific about that as well. And I'll put that one on there, and I'll say Don Mills on this one. On my next, I'll select a different committee, and this one I'll make as Mike Adams. And my last one we'll set to Eugene Roberts. And again, I'll refresh the screen. I can now see the contributions that have been given to each of these various committees that I am tracking within my database.